Hi, welcome Cancer. This is your 2020 year forecast. So this is a month by month. This is for male or female. If you're Cancer, you're in the right place. So I've taken just the general tarot and the romance just to tap into the month by month play of your energies with general and love. And 2020 is a beautiful year because this is about having clarity and making wise choices for yourself. So you create your balance in your life and taking charge. There could be some kind of changes which will help you to create better outcomes for yourself. If you're trying to start a new business or new kind of endeavor to give you money, this is the year to do it, okay? So your overall energy for the year is, let's see what you have here. So existence and laziness. So perhaps maybe this is a pull for you to become more spiritual, more knowing. Maybe you're just taking that high road and just being comfortable and lazy. You got laziness and existence. You have a power to end a place where maybe you're not taking action into a form of spirituality, which helps you to see things different. It's almost like you're getting ideas to perhaps shift something about yourself, but you're not quite taking that full step, and that's why it's called laziness. You could be taking things for granted where things seem comfortable, but they can come crashing down for you at any moment. And when you allow yourself to have a new opening for yourself, it's almost like you see things different and you sort of get that aha moment, like, oh my God, so that's what that is, and that's what that means, and I can see things different, and it allows you to grow in a different direction, okay? So remember, this is the overall energy of the year. So whatever happens to you and you start looking at yourself and you think, oh my God, why is this happening to me? It could be because you're not taking action to change things for yourself. Remember, 2020 is about balance. It's a dual number. It's seeing dualities. It's seeing the good and the bad, but making that choice to make differences for yourself. So I definitely do feel like you do have an opportunity for a new beginning to see things on a different light as far as spirituality, okay? And in love, it says worth waiting for. So divine timing is at work for you in your love life. So this is a change for you. I definitely feel maybe you're waiting for that love of your life, okay? And it's going to come in for you. It's divine timing. So remember, whatever's happening through each month, just remember these energies. Things are worth waiting for. They're happening for you in divine timing. And if something's not going right, it's because you're not taking charge, where you do have the opportunity to start something new for yourself. So January is the month of, it's your first house, and this is a month of self-expression and perhaps how you're identifying with yourself, how you see yourself pretty much. So the overall energy for January is sharing. So this is where you're learning new things. You definitely could be trying to learn new things with the 9 of laziness right there. Maybe you're not taking that full step into learning a new way, a new things for yourself, but you definitely do have the capability to learn a new job, a new maybe taking a new move, or whatever the case, taking that risk, I feel. And it's going to give you some kind of growth and potential, and it's definitely an abundant kind of a feeling by you learning, maybe taking your lessons and learning, okay? And then you have chemistry. There's strong magnetic attraction, so this is your love. So there's definitely something here that is evolving for you through divine timing, where you're going to meet somebody that is such a strong connection. And what I mean by this, it's like you meet the person and you don't quite know them very well, but holy crap, it's like you're two magnets. And that's a chemistry. That's a definitely divine intervention. And maybe this is something that you need to take some time and learn about, and perhaps allow it to happen for you. Having some kind of receptivity, allowing this kind of connection to come in for you. Okay. Learning, changing. Remember, you have the ability to see things different. And when you do see them different, you're like, oh my God, that's what that was. That's what this is, okay? It's really evolving into a new person for you. So February is your house of tangible assets and things that are happening with your income and your personal growth as far as money. So February, you have an overall energy of moment to moment. So this card is telling you, live in the now. If you've had some kind of downfalls in the past with finances, careers, a loss of jobs, whatever the case for you, don't worry about the stuff in the past. Live now so that you can create a better future for yourself. Remember, this is a two, and in 2020, it's about balancing. It's a balancing act, but you gotta forget the past. Take the lessons that you've learned, okay? Grow with them, but don't be scared to take that leap of faith into something new, especially when it comes with your money, okay? So if it's a dead-end job, you know what? Start putting that resume out. Leave it behind you so you can start forward, okay? And then with love, it's romantic feelings. Oh my gosh, you guys, you got chemistry, you got worth the wait, romantic feelings. So there's something there that you need to balance out. You know, if you failed in relationships in the past, don't bring that energy into the new relationships. There's definitely, the angels are trying to guide you into something more loving that has more worth for you. I feel you've had relationships that just really, maybe you've been complacent to them and not really being your true self. You got to get over that and live in the now and just learn to feel your feelings with somebody. Definitely. I do feel it's divine timing. I feel you have a balancing act going on here. Maybe this is where you need to choose between two different people, but choose the one that has that magnetic pull and that true romantic feeling, because that's the one that spirit is sending you. And so March is your third house. This is about intellect and communication and how you're mentally processing things. So your energy is exhaustion. So at this point, maybe things are not working for you. Maybe you're feeling boggled. You definitely could be worrying, stressing out about something. So I feel it is a 9. You will end this. I don't feel like it's gonna stick with you long. Whatever the situation is gonna happen for you, you're not thinking correctly. It could be something to do with work, family, whatever that situation is. It's like you gotta learn to release your fear, ego. Maybe you're trying to start something new. And definitely from February, where you're trying to balance something, it could be that you need to release something that's causing you some kind of anxiety, okay? So that you can move forward and make good choices for yourself. And then that way, when you do that, you can attract better things for you. Attraction, like law of attraction, it's very indicative of how your mental state is. Whatever you keep yourself thinking about is what you're gonna attract. So maybe this is somewhere where you know what, you really gotta take that step this year and start to open up and think things different. Remember, this energy right here will carry you through the whole year, where if you become like stagnant in a situation, which I feel with this card, it's like maybe you're not paying attention to stuff. And so wake up so you can start manifesting and attracting good things. And this is in love, relationships, any kind of communication that's not going out in the right form for you, if that makes sense. Okay, so perhaps learning and letting go of fear. So maybe you're having a doubt about with your ego, like fighting your ego is what I'm trying to say. I've been doing so many readings, I just can't speak right now, guys, sorry. But I wanted to get these out for you guys, so I'm doing it. So if I forget words and say things, it's because I've just been busy, sorry. But okay, so the 4th month, this is April, and this is about your home and the rules of your home and how your environmental aspects are going as far as home life. And if you're not happy in the home life, then you're not happy anywhere else, okay? Because home, I mean, this is where your heart is. This is where you come home to rest, and you should have peace and relaxation in your home. So what you have going on here is guidance. So with this guidance, it's like follow that intuition, perhaps maybe releasing some kind of difficult situations for you so you can have clarity and peace. Okay, let's see what is. Okay, so keep an open mind. So perhaps in the love field, with your love and emotion, maybe you're meeting somebody new and they're different than you. Remember, you're waiting for something as far as chemistry and feelings, and you're attracting it. And maybe this is where you're not really sure how it's going to happen. but it's like telling you, take that time for yourself and perhaps meditate, tap into your universal forces, and definitely give, if you meet somebody new, give them the opportunity, because they might be very different than you expect. Okay, because it says your soulmate may differ from your usual and expectations. So sometimes if they're not the kind of person you think that is meant for you, you have to take a second look at it, okay? Because they're sending it to you for a reason, okay? So really keep an open mind. And I would say in the love and home department, it's like really take time to get that clarity. Make sure if it sits well with your mind, your body, and your soul, okay? Your spirit. So in May, this is your fifth house, and this is talking about your like any kind of pursuit of happiness for yourself, your pleasure. Romance can be involved here as well. So you have patience and master. So the master. So you're healing from something. You're letting things go. You're allowing yourself to perhaps get out of this laziness where you're not making a change, and you're seeing things different to allow yourself to perhaps see things different. And patience is definitely where you're healing something, you're going through phases, and you're actually mastering some sort of maybe allowing, being receptible to love, something like this. It's like you're becoming whole, you're becoming oneness. I feel that you guys are on a brink of perhaps opening up to spirituality this year. For those of you who haven't really quite known what spirituality is, it's not a religion. It's definitely that inner calling that you have from your soul, your inside, and everybody's born with it. It's definitely seeing things different. So I feel you're, in a sense, changing and being patient and healing, and which is allowing you to master you, be oneness. Okay, you're being the master of your mind. You're letting go of your ego, which is absolutely beautiful, because then you're attracting positive things for you. And then you have trust, which is beautiful. Maybe you're not trusting yourself as far as who has entered your life. And maybe you need to give a second chance to somebody. Maybe you let somebody go. Something like this, I feel. But it's like you're not letting yourself go through these changes, and you're not trusting what spirit is sending you. You're somehow blocking it. So I feel that you need to change your mindset and allow yourself to change, and not block what God is giving you as far as in the form of relationships. Maybe you just picked the wrong people for yourself in the past, and now this is a change that you have to make, because definitely I do see changes here for you, and you evolving into a different person and mastering your communication. And not really, I feel like with this trust card, it's like maybe you've met people before and you've let them go because of your fear. Okay, if that makes sense for some of you. So I do feel like there is something there for you, though, where you're learning about relationships and about yourself, and you're having a new beginning, which is not bad. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in June, this is your sixth house, and this is dealing with job efficiency and your working conditions. So you have totality, which is definitely changing. Maybe you're changing jobs. Maybe you've completed a cycle. Don't let yourself stay in something that you're not happy doing. You should be happy doing what you do every single day. Don't go to a miserable job. In other words, I'm not saying quit your job and don't have another one lined up. I'm saying like find find a job that completes you. Okay, so I do feel like it's going to change because it's a 5. So maybe this is where you're finishing some kind of project and it's time to move on to something better as far as your work. Okay, with love, retreat. So this is where you're taking time to disconnect from everybody else and perhaps come in with somebody that you love. This is heading into summer, so maybe you're traveling, you're planning trips, which will bring you some kind of balance. I feel you're in a balancing act, and it's almost like taking a retreat to perhaps get some kind of balance back in your life. Okay, and I mean, summer does that to you. You start getting antsy. You need to take a break, definitely. And if it's something that you're not happy doing at work, get a new job. Don't get stuck in a rut hating what you do. You should always love what you do. It makes you happier to come home, definitely. So let's see, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's okay, we're in June here. So June is about partnerships and agreements and marriages and commitments that you're in. Perhaps maybe this is you evolving into a partnership, like a more committed partnership. Okay, so I see guilt and I see the Lovers. So maybe you're having some kind of regret as far as not making a wise choice with the decision. As an overall energy, this could be you not really loving what you do as far as work. This definitely could have some kind of sense of remorse for maybe not being with the right person. Maybe losing somebody. Remember here with the laziness that came out in the beginning, you may feel like, oh my God, everything's going good. And this is a card of perhaps maybe not paying attention to your partner. And so maybe this is where there's some kind of guilt or loss or something like this. Let your friends help you. So maybe this is a state where you're going to be really needing to love yourself and choose something that you love, whether this is a person or some kind of situation that's causing you some kind of animosity or guilt or remorse. Maybe letting somebody go. It's like, get some help from your friends as far as giving some good advice. Make sure it's a reputable friend that can give you that good advice, okay? Because I feel like there's a sense of loss here with the Lovers. That's a major soulmate connection right here for you. So maybe this is something that you're not being vulnerable to. As far as not letting it go, remember we saw the Trust card here, which is talking about, you need to communicate. Even if this totality is talking about a relationship, it means if you're not happy in that relationship, have trust in yourself to communicate wisely and really heal from something and allow change if you've picked the wrong person, okay? Because that's what the Lovers card is like you gotta choose something that you love, and this goes for work or for relationships, okay? So in August, I see here, August is about perhaps having some sort of mind change for yourself, some kind of rebirth, seeing things different, gearing yourself in a different direction. This is about legacies, the legacies that you'll leave behind for you. This could definitely be inheritance or things that are coming in for you. You have the suspension. So this is some kind of loss here. Maybe you're losing somebody. It could be a family member, it could be a love partner, something like this. A loss as far as maybe you're losing a parent or something like this, and that's not a nice thing to hear, but at least it could get you ready for it if that does happen for you. But it's definitely like if it's a stagnant situation where you're keeping yourself, it's almost like a mental blockage. You're going to be released from it, okay? I will clarify it, but it's almost like you're holding yourself back in some kind of mental anguish where maybe somebody has done something wrong to you or you've done something wrong to yourself. As far as holding yourself back and not being true, not communicating, I feel that creates a lot of guilt because you're not truly happy, maybe with the person that you're with. Maybe this is time for you to end it. That's what I feel. And then you have make the effort. So, oh my gosh, if you guys watch me regularly, I don't pull cards for you. I definitely wait for the cards to come out for you. And I haven't looked at these cards. So this is very surprising to me that, if you're in a stagnant situation, only you can change it. And remember, it's a 2020 year. It's about seeing duality, seeing the good and the bad. But you got to be the person to make the effort to change this kind of stagnant situation if you're not happy with someone. And I feel like this is something that's been going on for you. If it's a relationship, you're not truly happy. I see it here. And it's almost like your soul keeps calling out for you to make some sort of change, to be happy. But it's like, I don't know if you're scared of being alone, or maybe you're scared of things not working out for you, or maybe you're scared to hurt someone's feelings, but it keeps you in some kind of an oppressive state, okay? So you got to take it as it resonates. It is a general reading. I feel like you don't know how to voice things, but this is about learning. This year is about learning, not being lazy and taking charge and changing things for yourself, because you have the ability to create a new future for yourself, where I'm telling you, once you do that, you're like, oh my God, it's so darn easy. Why didn't I do this before? Okay. So, right here oh gosh, September, the ninth month is definitely about changing things, spiritual things, paying attention to your spirituality. Okay, this is your ninth house. And so this is about guidance, spiritual guidance. And so see, you have a sense of new beginning. You have that 10 of suspension. You're going to change something, and you're giving yourself almost like a hall pass to be happy. It's like you're having a rebirth. I definitely feel for some of you guys, you're going through this kind of awkwardness of seeing spirituality and waking up to it, and perhaps not being so lazy and holding back on it, and taking control of it. This is spiritual guidance. This is beautiful. This is a rebirth for you, and just happy and light, I feel, with this energy. Okay, which is causing you to perhaps meet that love of your life, which is fast action. I feel because you've done some kind of releasing of some kind of guilt and oppressive state that you've kept yourself in, you're definitely going to come together with somebody that is your soul level kind of match, okay? And you're going to get it quickly at one point, okay? And that's beautiful. That's because you've done a transformation, a change. And so in October, which is your 10th house, this is about your goals and the things that you have accomplished and your ambition as far as what's driving you. So you have trust. You have trust twice, guys. Oh my God. This is taking that leap of faith, okay? Not holding back what spirit is giving you, and trusting it. Just being able to float, just like you see in this card. It's just like you're just floating and you're happy, and you're not worried about the what if. What if that doesn't work? What if he doesn't like me? What if she doesn't like me? What if I hurt her? What if she hurts me? It's like you just have trust and you go with the flow, and you're just definitely floating on air. It's definitely where you open up your heart chakra, and you also open up some kind of clarity for you. And that's where you start seeing things different. This is why I feel that you're having some sort of awakening. And so pay attention to the red flags. It's definitely you letting go of yourself, keeping yourself in a mindset where maybe you're doing things for other people instead of voicing what truly needs to be voiced for you. Okay, definitely paying attention. And this is definitely giving you a new beginning. Okay, so let's see. In the 11th month, which is your 11th house, this is about friendships and anything dealing with affairs and friends and stuff like that. Okay. Excuse me. Partnerships and love and growth. Okay, so you got friendness. So this is definitely a soul connection for you. This is coming together. This is planning a future together. This is feeling completely whole with someone. Maybe this is you returning to some sort of friends that you haven't seen in a long time. Maybe running into an old friend that brings you to that soul level of happiness. Okay, this could be you meeting your soulmate. Okay, this is definitely a card of two people that bring balance, and I definitely do feel that's where that worth waiting for is coming in for you. So love yourself first in order for this to come in. You might need to work a little bit more on your relationships with this love yourself first. Perhaps you've been somewhat of a lazy kind of lover, or lazy to yourself as far as maybe not making that extra kind of stretch to perhaps be in committed relationships, if that makes sense. Maybe you've just been the kind of person that, you're friends with benefits, or that's how you've attracted. So there's a sense of loving yourself in order to line up to some sort of soulmate for you. Okay. And I do feel it's coming in for you. It's been worth waiting for. It's what you're attracting. So in the 12th month, this is December. So this is about hindrances and things that you might block yourself. But these are unnecessary things that you might create for yourself. So the first card out is harmony. So I feel that you're learning to recognize how to control your energies, and I feel that this is a very positive thing. I don't think any kind of hindrances are coming to you with this card. I feel you've completed some sort of cycle where you're allowing love and peace and harmony. You're actually vibrating on a higher kind of frequency, which is allowing you to attract positive things into your life. And see, it's safe for you to love. So this is where you're allowing yourself to be at this peaceful state where things come in for you, and you're now allowing some kind of love to come in for you. And it's safe. You've done a total transformation. And so by you doing this, it's like you giving yourself a new chance, a new leaf of life, and you're seeing things different, which I feel you're going to have a beautiful year in 2020. I don't see any major difficulties. It's only your mindset. You're the only one that holds yourself back, but there's a lot of growth here for you this year. So I do hope you like this reading. Please like, share, subscribe, and thank you so much for your time. Have a beautiful day.